Alright, so I want to show off my completely redstoneless hostile mob farm. It can be good for early game when redstone is hard to come by, and it'll be great for skyblock when redstone can be very precious. So I'll just start with some of the basic principles. Um, Trapdoors can control the flow of water. So I can just open and close the trapdoor, and it can allow water to flow. And pressure plates can control trapdoors. And then last but not least, oh yeah, boats can control trapdoors. All right, it's simple enough. So if you have a boat conveyor, it can go through and toggle many of these water blocks all at the same time. And so that's pretty much all you need to know for how this mob farm works. And it kills them with fall damage. So yeah, as this boat comes around, you can watch the pressure plate trigger the trapdoors, and I like to watch the water flow. It's kind of cool. Um, but if you need to increase the amount of time, you can always just add more boats, and they will sort themselves out. Um, so yeah, let's go ahead and watch this work. So let me enable the mob grinder. Oh, and this is what it looks like at night. It's completely black. I made sure to put a solid non-opaque blocks on top. Gonna go ahead and give myself night vision again, but it's not actually bright in there. So if I step back a little bit, I think mobs will be allowed to spawn. Oh, yep, they are. All right, so this one's not very efficient. It's spider-proof. Um, so aside from my temporary blocks, this is a spider-proof build. But it's not Enderman proof. To make it Enderman proof, you'd have to add these blocks on top, just something to prevent 3 block tall spaces from being available. But yeah, this is nice if you want to keep spiders from clogging up your farm. It's expandable. You can go out more that way, or you can even stack them vertically with something I'll show you over there. But at that point, maybe redstone would be worth it, but I don't know. That's up to you to decide. So just for effect, I'm going to speed up time. All right, that should be about 10 times faster. Yeah, it doesn't quite push them off all the way. You can see some of them trying to fight it. Um, but normally after the second pass, that gets them. Yeah, some spiders are spawning, but they're just spawning on these temporary blocks or blocks that I'm using for lighting. But yeah, so that's this one working. It takes about 30 stacks of slabs to get the top, the bottom, and that. But which is about only 15 stacks of cobble. But of course you can. Oh, I just threw something. But you can. You can always customize this if you want to make it smaller. You can significantly add a lot of stuff. And if you're worried about it going around too fast, there's some ways to slow it down, and I'll get to that later. So I want to disable the mob grinder, and then I'm just going to go ahead and kill mobs and entities. Oh, I should have shown you probably too late now. Yeah, I disabled the killed the entities. All right. I think that's all I want for this. Okay, so now I want to show you something I call a flowing water duplicator. So this thing works off of yeah, water source blocks, but what's really important is the flowing water. And we only have. I want to be able to control everything from one boat. I don't want to have a bajillion different boats flying around. And maybe that's worth it. But to get the timing right, and I feel like you can use a lot less materials using something like this. So this is a water duplicator. Not an infinite water source, of course, but just a water duplicator. So I have an output that's here, and I have another output that's here. This is the recycling output. This one can be renewed. This one is intended to be used. So you put this on top, and it hits this cobblestone and then splits. And so that's how you get your two different things. But what's important is that it wraps back around and lands in the same vertical spot where it started, just down 4 blocks. And so you can just recycle and repeat this pattern. And then you can take this output and do what you want with it. Yeah, it takes 4 blocks to repeat, not 3. So if you wanted a mob grinder, that is Enderman proof. You're gonna have to do modifications because this one will be 4 blocks to repeat, and so you'd have to add an extra block in here. But that's up to you. You can't kill Enderman with this farm, I don't think, not easily. So, all right, next demonstration. This just stacks 3 of them, so you can watch it happen a bit better. You put 1 water on top. That was fast. I have. Take right up. Ha! I was like, whoa. All right, so wait for this to clear up. Yeah, there's 3 outputs. That these little red icons, and then the green are the recycling parts, the inputs of each pattern. So put this back in on top, and you can see it gets to all of these. And then, but there's an issue with this. It takes about 1.4 times longer to get to the next one. So each addition that you add, each stage, adds about 1.5 times longer water idling time. So it takes about 1 second for the water to get here, and it takes about 4 seconds for the water to disappear. So that's a 3-second difference. But for water to get here takes about 4 seconds, and it takes about 10 seconds for the water to disappear. So it doubled, that's a 6-second difference. From 4 seconds to 10 seconds is 6 seconds difference. And so since 3 seconds to 6 seconds is a doubling, this is a square root of the doubling, so it takes about 1.4 times the amount of time that water remains there increases by about 1.4 times each stage. And so for something like this, it can last a really long time. I've paused this for right now, so don't worry about that. So after like 10 stages, it can take actually, what is that? So 1.4 times 10 to the power of 10. Yeah, okay, so yeah, 32 to the 5. But if I only have 6 stages, it's 7.5. So this one is 6 stages. And so if this is only on here for 3 seconds, then this will be on for about 20 seconds. And so there's some efficiency that's lost by doing it this way. And also, this one is not spider proof, so you're either going to just have to deal with spiders, or perhaps you're just letting them die to fall damage. And this one, I have not Enderman proofed it, but you could if you wanted. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and. Oh, that's why I had them in. Okay, so you're supposed to have. Mobs in this area will mess with it, so you can't have any mobs. Okay. I was just gonna keep running in circles. All right, come here. I don't want these messing with stuff. All right. So gonna break the hindrance now, and that should let it flow. All right. So yeah, that's not the best test, but I want to go ahead and stand off for a bit. Oh, I should have mentioned this. So the other one was really, really long, so it takes quite a good while for the boat to get all the way around per trip. And so that provides enough time for the mobs to spawn, and then for a short period be washed off, and then more time to spawn. This one, because the bottom will last for 20 seconds, you need to wait quite a while before you send the boat again. And if I was as fast as I'm sending that one, then this would complete in, I don't know, 10 seconds. And so the bottom one would just never, ever stop. It would just always be flooded. And so you'd only be able to get like 3 stages, maybe only a couple stages for a smallish size. You can always make it longer. You can make it a lot longer, maybe 10 times longer than this. And that would probably work. But I think it's just cheaper to impede the flow of the boat. The boat will hit these pressure plates, and or any block really, slow down considerably, and then hit the next one, and that process repeats over and over and over again, and so it takes significantly longer to complete a cycle. So you can watch it. Once it gets fully in the water stream, it's pretty fast, but once it gets on the pressure plate or the any block, then it slows down a lot. That gives you a lot of time. Yeah, so we can watch the water cascading down. We can also take a look at the loot we have. Look at all this. It's my inventory. Oh, it's already full. Yeah, I'll check my inventory off the edge here. How much did we get? So just the 2-3 minutes that I've been talking. We got that's pretty nice. I guess I didn't throw out the gunpowder, so probably 4 gunpowder. That's not bad. I didn't check how many materials this takes. I have the plugin for the mod. I just haven't cared to do it. Oh, a mob got in here. That would be because you need to mob proof this by making these be half slabs, bottom half slabs. And of course, this doesn't have to be glass. This can be just about whatever material you want. I would recommend slabs, bottom slabs for everything here, because not on the top, because apparently they can let light through. But just for these building blocks. So we can watch the spawning platform fill up. I didn't really get a good view of it. Let's see. Here we go. And this has, I don't know, I should have calculated this beforehand. What's the spawning area difference? So this has, I believe, 8, and that this is only 16. So I'm going to call this roughly the same footprint. So 8 times 16 2 to the 3, 2 to the 4, 7. 128 spawnable area, spawnable blocks. This has. I'm just gonna pretend it's a square. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 8. I'm just gonna call it half that, so 7. 8 times 7, 56. No, we'll say 75. 75 spawning blocks. It looks like, excluding this area. 75 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just. I'm fat and lazy. That's roughly 500. Yeah, we'll go with that. 500 spawnable blocks for a similar footprint, and you can make this longer. You can always use another boat, and so for the same footprint, you can make it significantly more profitable. And then you can just tell by the spawn rates. So if I go ahead and increase the tick rate, you can already tell just by visual and feel that there's a lot more mobs falling with this one. And with this one, you get spiders too. Kind of cool to watch. So let's watch this top one. I don't know. In this fast speed, water's on for about. Let's time it. About a second. And on the bottom, let's see how long it's on for. 0, 1, 2. Oh, only about 2 seconds. So maybe it's not 1.4 times, but you can always expand it as much as you want. I think that's all. Let me check my notes here. Yeah, okay. Go ahead and turn off night vision. So yeah, it's pretty dark. Let's see. Now let's see how much we've gotten. Oh, I can't run around fast enough. All right. Yeah, that's quite a lot. And then you're waiting 10 times longer because this is at a 10 times faster tick rate. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I don't know if you have any questions. Feel free to ask. No promises if I'll ever get to them. But yeah, so this is my redstoneless mob farm.